Before we decide between saving or destroying our planet, I have a proposal. How about a moment of silence? But I'm not talking about that awkward silence that happens in meetings when no one dares to speak after a project setback. That kind of silence, filled with tension and unease, is far from what truly matters. What I'm referring to here is a genuine silence, a silence where we stop the noise and simply experience what is real. After all, if I'm always talking, how can I listen to others? If I'm constantly trapped in my thoughts or having an internal dialogue, I'm just circling around ideas without ever touching reality. So, what is reality? Some believe it's something physical, while others see it as spiritual. However, these are just theories, mere constructions of words. Reality, you see, is not an idea or something defined by words. It is something that, when experienced in its essence, dissolves many illusions. And among these illusions, some are very tangible, like the idea of money. Now that we understand the power of silence and its relationship with reality, we must ask ourselves to what extent our perceptions of fundamental things like money are influenced by illusions and unexplored silences. Before we continue, if you follow the Higher Self channel, we have something special for you. Discover the Map of Higher Self, a transformative guide to redefining your mental reality. As the creator of this ebook and leader of the channel, I share my deepest experiences and learnings with you. Every page reflects my journey, which I've turned into wisdom. Now it's your turn to walk this path of self-knowledge and positivity. Click the pinned link in the comments and start transforming your life today. Nowadays, money is an efficient system to measure wealth, just like inches measure length and grams measure mass. However, money itself doesn't satisfy hunger. Imagine yourself on a deserted island, surrounded by cash and stocks. They'd be useless without food, animals, or company. Money, essentially, is a symbol of wealth, like a menu that represents a meal. But there is a psychological distortion where many of us value money more than tangible wealth. For example, you can't drive 5 cars at once, even if they are luxurious. You can't live in 6 houses at the same time, nor can you enjoy 12 roasts in a single meal. There is a limit to what we can consume. And this is one of the misconceptions we need to clarify. Once, I spoke with a woman who confessed her fear of death. During our conversation, I asked her what really scared her. After reflecting, she replied, "What scares me is what others will say. They'll say, 'Poor old lady, she didn't make it.'" And here's the point. Our identity is often shaped by what others say about us, but that's not who we really are. Let's reflect on the true value of money and how it influences our identity. How does this relate to our perception of time and existence? Are we, in fact, losing the essence of the present moment by worrying too much about possessions and status? Another aspect that disturbs us is the question of time. We often hear people say, "I don't have time." This happens because we don't live in the present. The present, on a clock, is just a thin line. Many believe it's just a passage, without realizing that it is, in fact, the only real time. There is no concrete past or future. We have the habit of thinking of the present as a point where the future turns into the past, making the mistake of seeing ourselves as products of the past. This tendency to blame the past is ancient. Look at how Adam blamed Eve in the Garden of Eden, and Eve blamed the serpent. Thus, the cycle of blame continues, forgetting to live in the now. We constantly pass on responsibility without realizing that the past is shaped by the present, just like a ship's wake is created from its bow. The wake doesn't steer the ship, just as a dog's tail doesn't control the dog. In light of this, we become masters of excuses. My parents didn't raise me well, or my mother had problems during pregnancy. But the reality is that everything begins here and now. We are the creators of our destiny, but we often hesitate to admit it. Jesus understood this truth and was crucified for expressing it, as it contradicted the concept of God as a cosmic king, an ancient idea of divinity. Now think about meditation. It's not an exercise to reach a better future, as we often think in the West. Meditation, in its essence, is fully living in the present. It's not training for some future competition, but a daily way of life. Contrary to what many believe, meditation isn't a means to an end, but a state of being. The true practice of meditation leads us to a space where the past and future dissolve, where the divisions created by words disappear. Imagine, for instance, the sound of a gong. Describing it will never be the same as hearing it. In the same way, reality cannot be fully understood through words. It must be experienced. That's why meditation invites us to pause our thoughts for a moment, to experience inner silence. It's in this state that we can perceive our true connection with the world around us, like bees and flowers, which may seem separate but are parts of the same organism. In the same way, we are part of a greater whole, inseparable from reality. Now, as we reach the end of this revealing expedition, I want to express my deepest gratitude to you for staying with us until the end. Your dedication and curiosity are the fuel that drives us to explore, demystify, and share these intriguing stories. I want to share something special with you. As a fan of the Higher Self channel, you are about to embark on a unique journey of self-discovery and mental formation. I present to you the Map of Higher Self, a revolutionary ebook that will redefine your mental reality. As the creator of this content and leader of the Higher Self channel, I'm sharing my deepest experiences and valuable lessons with you. Each chapter of this ebook is a reflection of my journey, filled with practical lessons I've lived and transformed into wisdom. Don't miss this opportunity to transform your life. Click the link in the pinned comment and start your journey towards self-knowledge and positivity today. Imagine yourself for a moment as one of the ancient explorers who ventured into unknown territories, guided only by the flame of curiosity and the thirst for knowledge. Every piece of information, every symbol deciphered, is like a map leading us deeper into the labyrinth of the unknown. And just like those explorers, you too are now a little closer to the truth, carrying with you a new understanding of the forces that shape our world. Your presence here is not just a personal achievement, but a valuable contribution to a vibrant community of curious and knowledge-seeking individuals. Every view, every comment, every like is a step we take together toward a deeper and collective understanding. You are not just a spectator, you are a partner in this journey of discovery. So, as we close this chapter, I invite you to reflect on today's revelations and prepare for the next steps. We will continue unraveling secrets, questioning established truths, and exploring the mysteries around us. Your participation is essential, not just for the growth of this channel, but for the expansion of our horizon of knowledge. Until the next discovery. And remember, the real power lies in questioning and understanding what is beyond the visible. And before you go, don't miss these 2 videos I've selected especially for you. They're packed with deep knowledge and fascinating discoveries that you'll love. Click on one of them and continue your journey of self-discovery and the pursuit of wisdom with the amazing content our channel has to offer.